These were tools and institutions that were set up post World War II. When the US actually became a superpower after World War II, obviously the other powers, France and Britain, had been totally bankrupt from the war. Opposite happened in the US, they gained further economic dominance, military dominance. So when the US became a superpower, they were basically pivotal in creating these institutions. What they will put across as, because they're moral, but really it's a protection mechanism. They created these institutions so they could use it against other nations. And, for convenience, they will say, oh, we also abide by these things. But actually, when things get tough and when things require more raw capitalism, meaning when they need to serve their interests, then there is no complying with international law. So, yeah, they created institutions like the United Nations, which includes the United Nations Charter. They created the World Bank, which is meant to be a World Bank, as the name suggests, it's an international bank. They created the International Monetary Fund, and these institutions were created on the basis that they were universal, meaning they were there for everyone. It doesn't serve any nation in particular. This is what it was badged as. They were neutral, meant to be neutral. But what we have seen that's come to light since they were set up is that they're not implemented consistently, and they're only used against the adversaries of the great powers, the Western powers, such as the US, UK, the Western axis, if you want to call it that. So when another nation like Russia or China, they will use this stick and say this is against international law. What Russia is doing in Ukraine defies international law. What China are trying to do potentially in Taiwan defies international law. Yet when they do it,